Okay, these are the tugs that I use to teach ever. So they're firm linen tugs. They used to have handles, but I cut them off because I was getting a lot of thrashing on the returns. I bought them from like a Schutzhund toy store. If you want to know about toy skills, find yourself a good Schutzhund trainer. They know all the toy things. Anyway, so the two toy game is how the Schutzhund trainers build a very fast direct return. You start in a small space, two identical toys. Make sure that they're not the sort of toy that's fun to thrash. So like a firm linen tug is often used. And basically you want to convince the dog that they control making the toy go. So them spitting the toy or putting it in your hand or whatever it is you decide that you want cues you to immediately throw the other toy that you're already holding. So we started with offered toy spits at my feet, and I would stand a certain way, usually with one kind of like just relaxed with one leg a little bit forward, because I knew I would never stand like that in like a competition or formal obedience or anything like that. So if I'm standing like that, that's her cue when I throw the toy. When she brings the second one back, if she spits it at my feet, I immediately throw the other toy. While she's gone, I pick up the first toy and we get in a really clean pattern and loop that way. And that's how I built very direct returns. Like I said, when we first started, these had handles on them, so they were fun to shake and thrash. And so as soon as I saw she started doing that, I cut the handles off. And then we built up from there, just different cues on the return. So she sees that I have two hands holding them like this. I know, just wait. She's going to place the toy in my hand and we're going to tug. And if I stand with one hand out, palm up, that means I want you to spit the toy in my hand. So basically in the beginning, I don't ever really get her to spit at my feet anymore. So I don't know if she even still remembers that part of it, but I'll just show you what the first reps looked like. And I actually started training this a couple winters ago right down here in my basement, so like a small space, which I think is actually pretty important because when they're outside there's more room, their rattle tends to be higher, and you're going to get a lot of those kind of messy behaviors in the returns, like the thrashing or the looping or stuff like that. Anyway, I'll show you what it looked like. Yes, ever. I know. No. Stop. Wait. So it started like this. I would just throw one, which I now have on verbal cue, but I didn't then. As soon as she spits, I throw the other one. She spits, I throw the other one. Then I start adding my verbal. So as soon as I'm anticipating she's going to spit, I would add my chase. For me, it's chase. So chase. Chase. Eventually, after tons of reps and a few weeks go by, you can add the drop cue and then your chase cue. Out. Hey, stop. I know. No. So that would look more like chase. Drop. Chase. Drop. Chase. And then from that we move to this position where she returns the tug to my hand and we tug. So that would be, hey, stop. She's a little amped up in case you can't tell. Stop. She just got a bath. Okay. Chase. Oh, God. Good girl. And that means we're going to tug. And then you can either release the toy, which I did a lot of that to get her to drive into me with the toy, and throw the second toy. Chase. Drop. Chase. Out. Chase. And then after a few weeks, a lot of repetitions, you add the other body cue, add the verbal eventually so that she knows, spit the toy in my hand. But I think the key to all this was just patterning her in a routine and a predictable sort of rhythm that she spits, I throw. She spits, I throw. And when she figured out that she can get me to throw, her returns got a lot more direct and quicker. Anyway,